How's it going, fight fans? Welcome to mindforcombat. If you're new to the channel, my name's Rohan, and it's my platform where I do fight sports related content. If you're new here, why don't you help me grow my platform? All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, and maybe hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a video. With that said, in this video I'll be breaking down one of the upcoming 3 World Championship fights on Fight Island, and that's the one that I'm most excited about, between Petr Yan and Jose Aldo. This is a very interesting fight, and that's because Petr Yan has been yelling for a title shot for a long time. I think in some way he deserves it. I think Aljamain Sterling should have really been his opponent in this fight. But what's interesting is that Petr Yan has shown himself to be super dangerous, very devastating. And I actually pick him to be the best bantamweight in the world. Not to give any spoilers on the video, but I think I probably kind of did. Jose Aldo is, of course, an absolute legend of the game. He's been around forever. He's been a world champion on multiple occasions, twice in the UFC, once in WEC. He was a long-time champion at featherweight until he got stopped, unceremoniously by Conor McGregor's left hook. And he's really shown that he's got skill sets still till this day. And he probably should have gotten the win against Marlon Moraes, which would have made him 1-0 at bantamweight against probably the top bantamweight contender at the time. So maybe he would have been ranked 1 at bantamweight coming into this. So maybe this wouldn't have been such a poorly crafted title shot. Anyways, with that said, let's break this fight down and look at the stats. So Petr Yan is slap bang in the middle of his prime at 27, peaking as a man, definitely showing his best form, and he's definitely got tons and tons of opportunity, age and time for growth, and I think he's definitely going to take advantage of that at 27 years old. Petr Yan's got very high roof, and I have no doubt to think that he's going to be achieving a lot of stuff still in the game. Jose Aldo is 33 years old at this point, makes him 6 years older. Being around for as long as he has at 33, you got to wonder, now that he's cutting more weight than he ever has as well, considering he used to struggle to make 145, is this going to be a really, really tough fight for him at 33? Are we going to start to see Jose Aldo slowing down? Potentially, and I think possibly you will. But let's watch the fight play out. Petr Yan is 14-1, so impressive record. His one loss against Magomedov, he's actually revenged that. So he's revenged his sole loss. Jose Aldo is vastly more experienced, however, with a professional record of 28 wins and 6 losses, and that's really where the biggest difference in this fight lies, in my opinion. Jose Aldo has been in there in so many world championship fights and sold out arenas and big fights, pay-per-views, main events after main events. He's so familiar with all of this that it's no big deal for him to be in this position. For Petr Yan, this is his first real big fight on Fight Island with the publicity. He's going to be fighting a legend of the game in Jose Aldo. How does he deal with that? How does that impact him? It's going to be so interesting to see. Both these gentlemen stand at 5'7", but the difference is that Jose Aldo has a 70-inch reach, which gives him a 3-inch reach advantage over Petr Yan. How he utilizes it will be interesting. Jose Aldo, of course, had ambitions to start professionally boxing at one point, and being that this fight will be likely fought on the feet, I think if he is to try and utilize a boxing skill set in this fight, it could favour him. Petr Yan has devastating kicks though, and he's got good boxing in his own right, so I don't know that will be that simple, but he has got an advantage to utilize in a fight that stylistically Jose Aldo will probably enjoy not having to defend takedowns every moment. To describe their styles, Petr Yan's obviously a combination striker. He's super explosive, he's really smooth and swift with his combinations. He hits real hard and he puts together really beautiful, fancy boxing crisp strikes. If you've been watching his videos on Instagram, you know what he's all about. He's a striker, as is Jose Aldo really. He came into MMA with a decorated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu pedigree, but where he shined is in his striking. Earlier in his career it was in his leg kicks, and you don't necessarily do that as much anymore. But what we see from Jose Aldo these days is more, punching. He's still explosive. He'll still throw kicks every so often. His knees are always going to be dangerous. He's just a very, very difficult guy to fight, particularly if you're trying to fight him on the feet. I think Jose Aldo was incredibly talented. Let's talk about some of the key wins. Obviously, Petr Yan hasn't been around for as long as Jose Aldo has, and Jose Aldo's beaten who's who of the game, but Petr Yan's got some good wins in his own right. He's beaten obviously top contenders like John Dodson, he's beaten Jimmy Rivera, both guys that are ranked top 10 in the bantamweight division, and of course he beat Uriah Faber. Uriah Faber's a legend of the game, but he did beat a 40-year-old Uriah Faber, who had looked good in his fight against Ricky Simon, but still, you have to be fair, that's not the biggest win in the world. Jose Aldo's resume is lengthy. I could honestly do a whole video about it. So he's beaten the likes of Mike Thomas Brown, which was an incredible win. Beat Uriah Faber. He's beat Mark the Machine Hominick when he signed with the UFC. Retired Kenny Florian. Beaten Frankie Edgar not once but twice. Chad Mendes not once but twice. Ricardo Lamas, the Korean Zombie. More recently he's beaten the likes of Jeremy Stevens, Renato Moicano, and he probably should have gotten the win over Marlon Moraes. So he has got an incredible resume, and he's every bit the featherweight GOAT in my opinion, and he'll probably retire a Hall of Famer, no question there, absolutely, and he's got a great resume. The biggest issue for Petr Yan coming into this fight, in my opinion, is going to be his experience. I believe that he doesn't necessarily have the experience for me to be confident that he can deal with the spotlights, the shining. You know, how many times have we seen someone that we've seen as an incredible talent, but when they stood in front of the spotlights and it's time to shine, they don't necessarily shine? Is that going to be the situation for Petr Yan? I don't know. I don't necessarily think so, but it's possible. And for Jose Aldo, the biggest issue is going to be one that comes with experience, unfortunately for him, and that's wear and tear. He's been in many wars, he's cutting more weight than he ever has. How is that going to impact him? He still seemed competitive and healthy in his most recent fights, but you do have to question how it's going to impact Jose Aldo going forward in his career. The biggest X factor for Petr Yan is, of course, going to be his youth, hunger, determination. These are all mental, non-tangible assets. For Jose Aldo, the biggest X factor is going to be that he's been there, done it all. There's nothing that Petr Yan's going to throw at him that he hasn't seen, experienced or dealt with in the past, and I think that's really probably going to play out in this fight. With that said, let's get into the prediction. This is going to be a stand-up fight, and one that I am absolutely salivating over, particularly as a stand-up enthusiast. I'm a big One Championship fan. I enjoy watching guys like Jonathan Haggerty, Rod Tang, Sanchai. All of those guys are some of my favourite fighters, and I love stand-up fighting. So definitely from a fanboy perspective in me, I'm looking forward to this fight because it's going to be a stand-up fight. On the feet, how does it play out is interesting. See, had this been 10 years ago when Jose Aldo was still using his leg kicks, I believe with his natural size, strength, athleticism, power, and his ability to hurt people with leg kicks, I believe he would have came into this fight with an advantage. He doesn't really throw leg kicks so much anymore, so I think that takes away probably his biggest arsenal on defeat, and I think that means that Petr Yan has the opportunity to use his advantages in this fight, which is his movement, his swiftness, his speed, his combinations, and his fluid combination striking that Jose Aldo really shines in moments of explosion, whereas Petr Yan is kind of consistent throughout the fight. I would say that Petr Yan's probably going to get the better of the exchanges early when he's fresher. As he tires and Jose Aldo starts to come on, I still believe that he's going to be able to push on. Jose Aldo, whilst he has slowed down in previous fights and coming down at bantamweight, I do wonder how it's going to impact him. I believe his experience will shine through towards the later end of the fight, but I think early on Petr Yan will really be able to win the rounds. I think Petr Yan will win rounds 1 through 3 pretty convincingly, in my opinion. I think rounds 4 and 5 will be interesting because of Jose Aldo's experience, but being the fact that Jose Aldo was always a fighter that kind of slowed down in rounds 4 and 5, I have no reason to believe that after cutting all this extra weight, he's going to be able to pull it through. Am I counting out Jose Aldo? No, I don't count out no fighter. No fighter can get counted out in a fight, particularly an MMA fight with the small gloves. Jose Aldo is a legend of the game. You can't count him out. Do I think he'll win this fight? Absolutely not. I think Petr Yan's going to win this fight by unanimous decision. So 5 rounds for my official prediction. I'm going with Petr Yan to become the new bantamweight world champion, and I cannot wait for Petr Yan versus Aljamain Sterling to play out. I really, really look forward to that. Anyways, fight fans, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, remember to like, subscribe, share the video, all of that jazz. Comment below, let me know what you thought about the breakdown. As always, I'm Rohan, and this is Mindful Combat. Thank you.